Okay, some word problems. This is the one where I gave you an equation. So it's talking about a Ferris wheel. We have the height of the Ferris wheel as the time elapses. What's the diameter of the Ferris wheel? And what's the period of the graph? What does it represent? Okay, so I can answer all of these questions without my calculator, like graphing part. Okay, what do we always know about the equation? Okay, what do we always say this number in the front talks to us about? You gotta know these ones. The front number talks about the amplitude. What does the back number talk about? The mid. And this number changes. It's not the, but it changes the so it's not the period, but it changes the period. Okay. So what value is right in the middle? 21. 21 is in the middle. Okay, now amplitude 18. So there's my question number 1 answered. Determine the diameter of this Ferris wheel. What's the diameter of the whole circle of the Ferris wheel? 36. I wish it gave some kind of units. Oh yeah, it does, feet. 36 feet is the diameter because, right, that's the entire circle. Does that make sense? Because here you're on the top, here you're on the bottom of the Ferris wheel. So that's how big the Ferris wheel would be. Okay, I might have asked you questions like, what's the highest you're going to be off the ground? Okay, then you would go 21 plus 18. Okay, I might ask you something like that. What is the period of this graph? Okay, so do you remember how to do period? So 2 pi over b equals the period. And our b number is 2.8. Okay, so what does it even represent? What is 2.24? What is it in this context? 2.24 is doing what in this situation? It takes 2.24 minutes to go around the wheel 1 complete time. That's what that's meaning. That's how long it's going to take you to go around the Ferris wheel. Okay? Okay. Rena's sitting on an inner tube, and this is her depth of the water below her. So we're going to go into our stat edit and enter all that stuff in there. So go ahead, you know how to do all those steps. Okay, so I have all my stuff in the stat edit. Okay, I'm going to go y equals anything in there. It's got to go out. activate the plot. I'm going to double check my mode. My calculator has to be in radians when I do all this work, okay? Okay, zoom 9. So there's my curve. I can see that it's representing a sinusoidal, okay, because it's going up, down, up, down. Okay, stat calculate a sine regression. So always get me an equation. When you're writing your equation on your test, you're going to write y equals points deducted a lot of times in that last test. Okay. Ready? Y equals, I'm going to copy and paste it with the vars, put in my stats equation, and that's how I can copy and paste it. I'll deactivate the plot so the points are gone. Okay, determine the depth of the water after 9 seconds. So 9 seconds is a time, so that's an x. So if I know the x, I'm just going to go trace 9. Okay, is my window big enough? Sometimes I have to worry about that. No, my window was only going all the way up to 7.7, so I'm just going to go to 10 so that I can make sure 9 is in my window screen. So trace 9. Okay, you know what? Let's go with a few more questions because you might see some kinds of different questions. I'm gonna go. How long is each wave cycle? How long is each wave cycle? Okay, how long is each wave cycle? Okay, so that's a period. So I'm going to go 2 pi divided by b equals the period. Okay, do we know how to do this? Okay, there's my b value. Okay, but I am not allowed to round anything because it'll throw my answer off. Okay? So I'm going to go 2 pi divided by, and I want to copy and paste that b number in there. So we're going to do the same maneuvers when we copy and paste. How did we copy and paste stuff? Vars, stats, equation, but instead of the whole equation, I'm only going to copy the b number. And it's going to insert that b number because it's copying and pasting it, okay? So 7.86, what are we, seconds? Okay? There would have been other strategies I could have done. I could have figured out the x value here and the x value there on a max and a max, and then subtracted them. right? I could have done that because that could get me a cycle length. Okay, it's up to you which method you pick. I'm excited about that one because I just thought of that one this year. I don't know why I never thought of it before. Okay. Each cycle, how long are you above 3.5 meters? So when you go through each cycle, how long of a time are you going to be spending above 3.5 meters? Okay, so 3.5 meters is a y value, which means I'm going to go a y2 equals. Okay, so this right here, you can see that yellow highlighted. On this amount is when I'm above the 3.5. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the x value there and the x value there, and then I'm going to subtract those x values to say this is how much time I was in that zone for. Okay, so can you get me some intersections? Okay, how's our numbers looking? 2.99 and this one was 0.49 on those intersections, and then I subtracted them because that's the span of time that elapsed. Okay. Let's just quickly talk about something like a rock getting stuck in your tire. A rock in your tire. So, how big is a car wheel? Does anybody know? A car wheel. The diameter of a car wheel. Trying to visualize it. Would it be like 30? What's a normal car? Are you Googling it? 24? 13-inch car tire? That seems really small. Okay, we'll just go with 24 inches then. Okay, we have a 24-inch, as in that'd be the diameter. Okay. It takes, how many seconds does it take to go around in a wheel? Probably not very long. 6 seconds. You're driving pretty fast. Okay. It takes 6 seconds to go around your whole wheel. Can you figure out how to create your own table? Okay? Time and height. Okay, ready? Here's your first point I need. So this is at the time of 0, you're at the ground. Time of 0, you're on the ground. Okay, the second is over here. How much time are you at? Okay, if you don't know time, we can come back to that. How much height are you at? What's the height right here? 12, right? Now we're here. We're at the top. What's the height at the top? 24. Now we're over here, so the height is back to 12. And then now we're back to the bottom. And that took 6 seconds. To do all that, it took 6 seconds. So maybe it's the easiest to go here. How much time did it take us just to get to the top? That should be 3 seconds, right? It's halfway. 3 seconds. If it's 6 all the way, 3 is in the middle. What's the time here now? Does that make sense? 1.5 seconds. Because what's the average of 0 and 3? 1.5. What's the average of 3 and 6? 4.5. Okay? So there will be some stuff on your test where I'm creating a situation and you have to figure out the table or drawing me a sketch with those points on it. Okay?